On the 8th of November 2009, Dee Caffari and Brian Thompson will start the Transat Jacques Vabre, a two-handed race to Brazil. It will be almost exactly a year since the duo set off single-handed to sail around the world in the Vendée Globe. We spoke to them about how they're feeling in the run-up to the race.
It's really nice actually, because the Vendée we were almost side by side for nearly the whole race, so it feels as if we've sailed together, although we've actually spent very little time together on one boat, so I think we're both really looking forward to it now.
And we've done some good training on the Fastnet and the Artemis around the island, and then we've done 2 long sailing trips, so we're working in harmony.
And during the Vendée you were so close together and you were competing right up to the last few hours, so why did you choose to sail together this time?
If I couldn't beat him I had to join him. That was my theory.
And if someone could push me that hard, we're going to make a winning good combination, I think.
Yeah. For me, for Brian saying yes, it was just brilliant. He's got so much experience and is so used to going fast all the time. It's like no big deal to him, whereas I still get very excited. So I think we got quite a good combination. I know the boat very well, and Brian knows what he's doing. So together we should be a formidable team.
The Vendée was a marathon compared to the Transat Jacques Vabre. How are they going to compare?
When you're out there on your own, it's about longevity, survival, getting to the finish, getting the boat and you round in one piece, which, as we both know, is not that easy. There's always something to fix, mend, or kind of work your way round. So this really is a case of an all or nothing sprint, and the whole mentality is very different. You push the boat much harder, and because there's 2 of you, you kind of push with the confidence knowing that should something happen, there's an extra pair of hands to come and help you.
So you're much closer to the edge the whole time. So you'd be carrying the spinnaker and maybe 5, 6 knots, maybe 8 knots more wind than you would single-handed, and so at times you'll be stuck on the helm. You won't be able to do anything. Single-handed, you can put the autopilot on, and then the other person will have to run around, take the spinnaker down. So we could have some exciting moments ahead.
I'm quite nervous now.
So how is life on board of Viva when you're both sailing her? Have you sorted out who does what on board?
He makes a wonderful cup of tea.
Yeah.
And that's about
no sugar.
See,
yeah.
That's the important thing sorted. Yeah. After that we can manage anything.
Yeah, and it's a very well set up boat. As I've said, on lots of open 60s, and this one is easily the nicest. Got cold running water. What a luxury.
All the important things in life.
Yeah.
It had to be simple for me because I had to travel so far in such a short time to get ready for the Vendée. So everything is very simple, just to assist that, but it actually makes the sailing much easier and quicker for people to jump on and know their way around the boat. So that's what's obviously helped us coming up to speed working together. You know, we've got a common goal and we're both working towards the same thing, so there shouldn't be any raised voices or bad words. I might get a bit twitchy now and again as I get a bit nervous, but that's where his experience is invaluable to me.
So, like you say, this boat was built for single-handed, and it was built specifically with Dee in mind. Does that make it harder to sail two-handed?
Ask the tall person on board.
I don't think so. No, everything fits really well. We were joking about the wheels, how I'm standing. The wheels are much lower for me, but they feel fine, and the pedestal is the right height.
And how does it compare to Pindar?
Probably easier to sail at 100% of its potential. Well, it's not, but that's not saying it's easy to sail, but you can get there without having everything quite so stressed up. So it's it's a lovely boat to sail, a lovely boat to steer, and it has lots of little tweaks. There's a very, very refined boat. And Dee, as I said, Dee knows where the dagger boards should be in all situations, and when to put interceptors down, how much to turn the mast. So lots to learn, but I think I've picked up most of it by now.
Looking to the start of the race, and getting out through the Channel and the Bay of Biscay is possibly going to be one of the hardest parts, getting clear of the land. Are you going to be looking to push hard there, or are you just trying to be preserving the boat?
I mean, November weather is notoriously bad. It's a difficult area and it's stressful shipping lanes. There's a lot of pressure on and the beginning of the race, so the boats start very close, and if you fall off the back of the pack, then you've just got so much more work to do. So the secret is to stay with everybody and the fleet this year is unbelievably competitive. So we're talking the best of the best. And we need to be pushing hard to stay with them, because they're going to be pushing at 110% as well. So we've got to be there with them in order to make a race of it. And the aim is for us to be up at the front with everybody. So yeah, full on from November the 8th.
And what's your plan once you're out of the Channel in the Bay of Biscay?
Make a cup of tea.
Yeah. Finally get some sleep. I guess one thing hopefully we'll be good at, because we've both finished the Vendée, so we're 20% of the finishers of the Vendée on the one boat, is that that we'll really concentrate also on keeping the boat together and not pushing it to 99.5%, but not 101 where it breaks, and hopefully being disciplined about getting through that rough stuff and having all our equipment and all our sails working. After the Bay of
It's
Biscay.
really easy to push that a little bit too hard in the adrenaline and the bars and the start when everything's pretty good. But if the boat's not at 100% when the weather's a bit nicer and you can't put all your big sails up and keep going, then you're going to lose out masses. So it is that fine balance, and we're practiced at making sure boats finish races. So now we just got to make sure that we can keep the momentum and the pace up in between.
And you mentioned that the fleet this year is massively competitive. Where do you see yourselves within that, and what are your hopes for the race?
Boss?
There's a number of British entries, a number of British boats, and we want to be at the front of the British boats. And we want to make sure that we're putting in a good British performance, and our direct competition, our markers, are the other British boats, and making sure we're either with them or ahead of them. And then taking on the French, they dominate this class all the time. We want to be in amongst them and be competitive. Is that fair?
Yeah, and I think to finish close to the leaders, I think is not take too many flyers, but stay in the leading pack and come in that top 5 would be a great result.
Top 5.
Yeah.
God, you've narrowed it down to numbers there.
I know, on TV.
There's 14 Open 60s on the start line, and there's a chance of 14 Open 60s finishing within 24 hours, which is unbelievable, but that's the type of fleet it is. And with a new course and a slightly extended course, there's every chance that could happen, and you could have the best race of your life and finish 14th. Not that we want that to happen, but it could be that close, and it's going to be a really interesting race to follow as well as take part in.